They even started arguing about me, with her always, questioning why all of a sudden Josh was defending me. He started to pull away from Rachel, and I could see the rift forming between them. This was extremely apparent when Rachel tried to make fun of me to him in regards to my body, something she has done many times, and something that Josh has gone along with more times than I count. But this time, he shut her down. He told her not to speak like that about my wife. Reading that message, I felt a small flicker of satisfaction. I continued reading their messages and felt a weird sense of pride in the fact I was doing all of this. And the best part was, Josh didn't even know what I had in store for him. I continued doing the ideal housewife duties while also maintaining my full-time job. I was getting tired, however. The days were long and the nights even longer. Cooking elaborate dinners, keeping the house spotless, and always having a smile ready for Josh, who never offered to help with any chores. I knew I couldn't keep up this act much longer. I had enough evidence for the divorce, and one night I decided it was time. I stayed up late staring at my computer screen searching for a divorce lawyer to take on my case. Unfortunately, finding a divorce lawyer within my budget was not an easy task when trying to do so quietly, but after many, many days, I finally stumbled across one. Julia Richardson. Her profile was really impressive, and I sent her an email to schedule a time to meet. The next day, I checked my email and she told me her availability. Meeting with her in secret was a nerve-wracking experience. I would often tell Josh that I was meeting up with coworkers for an outreach event held by my job, then come back home and continue my housewife duties. The first time I sat down in her office, I was a bit nervous. Julia was a sharp-eyed woman. She listened intensely as I explained everything. She told me to gather as much evidence as I could, and the more proof that I have, the stronger my case will be. That was when I showed her the screenshots on my phone. She told me that it was almost solid and to get a bit more. So I did just that. The emotional turmoil was intense. I often cried myself to sleep. I also tried to talk to my friend Jess about the situation, but I knew I couldn't tell her everything. Josh was oblivious to how I really felt. He showered me with compliments and affection. It was almost laughable the way he thought he could hide the monster that was talking to Rachel. After one night of checking Josh's phone again, I noticed Rachel said something that was shocking. She asked that since I was being the perfect wife that he wouldn't have to come be intimate with her anymore. He replied that this is exactly what he meant, that they would no longer be meeting up and sleeping together. This was it. This was the evidence that I needed for my case. I screenshot this thread and go to bed. The next day, I met up with Julia with some hard evidence that he had been cheating with his ex. She tells me this is exactly what we needed, and we can proceed. She's forming up my case, and all I can think about is being free. She crafted our case against him, and I headed home. I planned my escape.